Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Let me quickly take you through the headlines. Limited trade deal between India and US likely to be announced tonight. Sources say agri-dairy products not to be part of the deal. Chief Minister Nitish's big Mahila outreach before polls. 35% quota in jobs for women from Bihar. Women quota applies to all government jobs in Bihar. Showdown over traders in MNS in Maharashtra's Thane. Sena Neta joined protest alongside MNS party workers detained in protest.
यदि बहुत बड़े बॉस हो तो चलो बिहार, चलो उत्तर प्रदेश, चलो तमिलनाडु, तुमको पटक पटक के मारेंगे.
Mumbai VVIP brat admits to drunk driving. MNS Neta's son admits consuming alcohol before joyride. Regrets verbal abuse, drunken rage. Tragic accident in Tamil Nadu's Kadalur. School, bus and trains collide. 3 students killed. DMK alleges railway gatekeeper did not understand Tamil. Cites language barrier. Students claim there was no gatekeeper present. Congress plays down Chief Minister Race Nataka. Fresh clamour to make DKS new Karnataka Chief Minister. Congress leadership says, I've taken note, multiple Congress MLAs replace Chief Minister push.
Just months ahead of the Bihar Assembly elections, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has made a high-stakes political move. And it's all about Nari and Yuva Shakti. In a sweeping decision aimed at empowering women and reshaping Bihar's workforce, the Chief Minister has announced 35% reservation for women, but only for those who are original residents of the state. This will apply across all government jobs, at every level and in every department. The move is part of a larger push to boost female representation in governance and comes at a time when women are emerging as one of the most influential voting blocs in the state.
बिहार राज्य के सभी सरकारी सेवा संवर्गों में सभी स्तर के एवं सभी प्रकार के पदों पर सीधी नियुक्ति में राज्य की मूल निवासी महिला अभ्यर्थी को ही 35% क्षैतिज आरक्षण अनुमान्य होगा.
जो हमारी स्थानीय बहनें हैं और जिनको 35% का आरक्षण नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में मिल रहा है, तो 35% के आरक्षण में 100% जो स्थानीय लोग हैं उन्हीं को मिलेगा.
Women constitute nearly half of Bihar's total electorate, which is about 7.64 crore voters. In fact, during the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, women outvoted men with a turnout of 59.4% compared to 53% among men. Well, that's not all. Nitish Kumar has also greenlit the formation of a Bihar Youth Commission aiming to address rising concerns over unemployment. A clear response to growing opposition pressure, especially with the Bihar Bandh looming over voter list revision set to be led by Rahul Gandhi himself. Is this a genuine push for empowerment or a well-timed political strategy? One thing is clear, the battle for Bihar has intensified. With Rohit Singh in Patna, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so at the back of it, fair amount of political commentary. Let's cut across to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Professor Kanwar Pasha, spokesperson RJD, will be with us soon. Parimal Kumar, spokesperson JDU. Amitab Dwari, election analyst. Sanjay Kumar, co-director, Lokniti, CSDS, psephologist. I want to cut across first to the JDU spokesperson, Mr. Parimal Kumar. Mr. Parimal Kumar, one would think great idea to give 35% reservation in government jobs to women. But the question, Parimal Kumar, is, what is so different? Because since 2015, the Bihar government had implemented a 35% reservation for women in all government jobs filed through direct recruitment. What is so different that you're doing now, which is not already in place since 2015?
Actually, Bihar government, Nitish Kumar government is known for women's empowerment. Actually, women's empowerment model of Bihar uh, is now being recognized not only at the national level but at international level. Our leader started cycle Yojana for girls, and actually, you see, UNO appreciated this particularly plan, and
No, Parimal
several
Kumar ji, I want to
African
ask you a
Union
simple question. I understand
yes,
that Bihar is going towards a push for women empowerment. The
yes,
question is
yes.
very simple. The announcement that you made of giving 35% reservation to women in 2025, which is, 3 months before elections, how is it different from what has already been in place 10 years ago in Bihar?
You see, actually, since 2005, in 2006, 50% reservation was given in Panchayat Raj institution. In 2007, 50% reservation for women was given in Nagar Palika. You see, in 2013, the government reserved 33% for in particularly police constable forces. And 2016, 35% reservation was given to the women, right? In actually, the new move is to ensure more and more participation of Bihari
So what is the
particularly
difference?
girls.
I will ask again, Mr. Parimal Kumar.
No. Actually, you
2015
see,
से 2025 में क्या फर्क है? Because आपने खुद ही बोला that in 2015 35% reservation for women in all government jobs has been given. तो आज का जो announcement है वो क्या अलग कर रहा है? ये तो 10 साल पहले हो चुका है.
No, actually, this is special because particularly other 35% reservation previously, girls candidates from other states were also getting particularly job in Bihar. And this move of the government was exclusively to ensure participation of those particular girls who are resident of Bihar. So this is a special. This is a special. This is not
No,
particularly.
how is it special? Because even in 2015, the Bihar government, I'm reading out, from the government portal itself. The Bihar government in 2015 implemented a 35% reservation for women from Bihar in government jobs, filled directly through direct recruitment. The reservation policy extended the existing 35% quota for women in police recruitment. What is the difference? समझ नहीं आ रहा है सर हमको क्या difference है अभी जो पहले नहीं है?
The basic difference was for the reserved quota, domicile type of policy was effective in Bihar. But for general category girls candidate, the government announced that 35% reservation will be enjoyed only by the Bihari particularly girls. This is the basic.
Okay, fair point. We'll come back to you. Please stay with me. And I want to now bring in Amitab Dwari, election analyst, and Sanjay Kumar, co-director, Lok Niti CSDS. Amitab Dwari, to bring you in on this, the last election in Bihar very clearly, was won on the basis of the woman vote. It had become a template on how women emerged as a vote bank. This time around, you have Nitish Kumar once again banking on the woman factor. What remains the same? What has changed according to you?
No, see, essentially, Yuva, Mahila, Kisan are important cohorts in any election. Now, as you've mentioned, according to many surveys now, Tejasvi is leading in the chief ministerial race. But if you see the demography, he is leading amongst the youth. Whereas the NDA or the Nitish Kumar is leading amongst women is largely because of the schemes and improved law and order, which is now under question, cycle distribution and improvement in gross enrollment ratio, prohibition, etc., and now this reservation. So we have to understand that why this women vote block is important, because they also turn up in higher numbers. In this election, what has happened is this: in the budget, we have not seen any cash income distribution scheme for women. So now BJP is in power in Maharashtra and Delhi, which has a per capita income of more than 5 times of Bihar, but it does not have a similar scheme in Bihar. So BJP is worried about holding on to this women vote bank, given the context that the RJD has announced that they will be giving rupees 2,500 as cash income support to women if they come to power. So now this vote block has to be kept intact. For that, this scheme, and I was not aware of this, and you have mentioned this, is perhaps it's in an old wine in a new bottle sort of, wherein or a new wine in an old bottle sort of, wherein it was already in existence. but it has not been implemented well because there are not 35% women in government jobs out of the 24 lakh government jobs which are there in Bihar. And now, with some tweaking, this scheme has again been brought to light. So the fight is for the woman voter, with incidents of law and order deterioration recently, and with this fact that they do not have any cash income support in Bihar, which is the poorest state, which has the lowest per capita income. The JDU or the NDA is trying to come up with schemes so that they hold on to this vote block. And in 2020, by the CSDS survey, MGB was ahead in amongst males, but NDA was ahead amongst females, and that is what
Fair point.
had led them to
You
win
know,
the
I want to
vote.
bring in Sanjay Kumar into this as well, because Sanjay Kumar, the last Bihar elections in 2020 had become a template. For many psephologists who admitted that they went wrong, miscalculated, you know, the women vote which propelled the win of Nitish Kumar was concerned, number one. Number two, it also became an election where suddenly there was so much talk of nari, shakti, women empowerment, you know, a vote bank which doesn't quite adhere to the normal benchmarks of regular voting, does, you know, works on very different parameters. Do you think this is once again a play on that in Bihar?
Uh, Preeti, if you look at the last few assembly election and the Lok Sabha election, this is the segment of the voter which every political party is trying to mobilize. So what BJP is doing, or the ruling party, the ruling coalition has made an announcement. This is nothing but an effort to try and keep the women voters intact. We have seen in the past election that women vote is tilted in favor of the ruling alliance, which is the NDA. So the fear is that maybe because of the deteriorating law and order situation, as the perception goes, because of few incidents here and there in capital town. So the idea is to try and keep the women vote intact. If possible, try and increase their support base among the women voters. So it is a key issue. It was a key issue for NDA alliance in the previous election. It is going to be a key factor in the forthcoming elections as well.
I want to go to Professor Anwar Pasha, spokesperson RJD, who's joining us right now. Professor Anwar Pasha, whichever way you look at it, you know, data is something that you always hark back when it comes down to politics and elections. Let's go by the data, which we've discussed before you came in, from 2020, where a sizable chunk of the women vote clearly went for the NDA, and most of it propelled by Nitish Kumar, the JDU at that point of time. And with the play now, the same push coming in by the incumbent government, could it be cause for concern from the RJD?
This is a decision taken out of the desperation, because the situation of the law and order is very worst in this state, in Bihar. Every day, murders of at least half a dozen people are getting murdered. Rape cases are, I think, in the last 20 years, it is a record that so many rape cases of the rape have come out. Murders are taking place. So government is desperate. People want a change. People have made up their mind for the change. So there is going to be a change. So this decision is out of desperation. And if people are asking, why now? The timing is also very important. At the eve of the election, you are making such announcements. Who will believe it? If it's so sincere, why didn't you announce it earlier? Why didn't you implement it earlier? Who has stopped you from it? So you could have done it, be it youth commission, be it quota for the women and other things, so for the farmers as well. So all these things are not going to convince the people. People want a change. They are fed up with this government for the last 20 years. Now they want a change, and there is going to be a change of the regime. We are sure about it. People have made up their mind. These gimmicks are not going to work at all.
Okay, I will go back to Parimal Kumar from the JDU. Parimal Kumar, we discussed the fact that clearly it's an old scheme which is being regurgitated to, you know, present as a new scheme.
No.
Because if you look at the fine print in 2016, I'm not, you know, that's really not the part of debate, but we can go down to the breakup of how many from general category, how many from EBC, how many from OBC, how many from SC. actually had a stake in the 35% reservation, which was announced by Nitish Kumar in 2016. So, you know, it's a little bit of more frills, but that's what it is. Away from that, the RJD, the principal opposition, says this is nothing but a jumla. The timing of it, it's a time where the state is returning to what you proverbially had called Jungle Raj when there was the RJD. The same kind of crime is taking place. This is a face saver.
When you will go through the comparative data, you will find that actually during RJD government, there was organized crime. You can say that the RJD was conducting a state-sponsored rape, a state-sponsored murder, a state-sponsored kidnapping and ransom collection. These were the characteristic of RJD, and RJD is still having the same character. You see, in the recent patrol happening, you see, actually Nitish Kumar implemented prohibition of liquor. Actually, every political party gets fund from through electoral bond, and RJD collected 46 crore rupees from liquor producing factories, companies. Actually, they are mostly located in West Bengal, etc. Okay, so actually, RJD move is already, particularly the people of Bihar are afraid of RJD move, any move of conducted by the RJD, you know. And when you will particularly compare different type of crime in Bihar, you'll find that there has been marked reduction in rape, 70 to 8% reduction in rape, almost 68% reduction in dacoity, actually 70% reduction in kidnapping. All these in Bihar,
Okay.
Nitish Kumar is ruling the state, which is known as Susastan, because law and order condition is much better as compared to that of RJD
Okay.
government.
All right, you know, but
And
really,
you see,
okay.
during
I want
RJD
to go.
government, no FIR was being lodged. But now, in every case, our police person lodge FIR.
Okay, I'll go. The
Conduct
RJD
arrest of
spokesperson wants to
every
come in and
criminal
say
within
something, and then I want to bring in Amitab Dwari and Sanjay Kumar ji. Go ahead.
Report
Can we get
the report
the,
of NCRB speaks the situation of Bihar. Bihar
No,
tops in
you
all-
see now the condition. No. Why you are saying?
Let's go
You
one by
see,
one,
in
sir.
terms of NCRB, IPC that which is referred as Bharat Nyaya Sanhita.
Let's
Actually,
go one by one.
we are
Nobody can hear anyone. Can I just get the RJD
Bihar is
spokesperson?
top in all crimes. This is the situation today. This is not my data. This is the data of the government, NCRB data. Just go through this data. It tells the story what is happening in Bihar. Is there any government in Bihar? There is complete breakdown.
Okay.
There is
The
complete
JDU
breakdown.
spokesperson, Mr. Kumar, wants to come in
Their moral
and reply to your rebuttal. Mr. Kumar, you want to come in?
high.
Can I get Mr. Kumar, JDU spokesperson, please?
you see, the condition of RJD is quite different. Actually, they are.
But he's
promoting
quoting the
their
NCRB
offshore
data, sir.
No,
The NCRB data is not
Yes,
RJD's data.
we are quoting. I am already quoting NCRB data. NCRB data is already in my hand in the printed
So there are
form.
two sets of NCRB
Actually,
data.
Actually, the condition is much better in Bihar as compared to that of national average. Even
Okay.
from Kerala, we are conducting large-scale expenditure on the training facility. In Bihar, holds first rank in terms of total expenditure to provide training facility to the police personnel.
Okay, one second. I want to go back to Amitab Dwari. I'll come back to you. We can have this. We can pick and choose our NCRB data, but ultimately it comes down to the women vote. And Amitab Dwari, the fact is, in politics, in elections, many would suggest you can cash a check once. But it seems in Bihar right now, the second time coming, where Nitish Kumar is concerned, banking on the women vote, once again playing on the insecurities of what was at one point of time considered to be an unsafe government under RJD?
No, essentially, of course, the recent law and order incidents have sort of nullified the good work done by Nitish Kumar on the law and order front. So now we see even the RJD coming up very aggressively and trying to shrug off the stigma of the alleged Jungle Raj on them. So we will have to see whether the voters, the women voters, still identify the RJD rule with Jungle Raj, or they consider that the law and order is equally bad under Nitish Kumar. And again, I come back to the point that since it is the poorest of the state, and since there is no cash income support announced by the government in the budget, like in Maharashtra or Delhi, and the Mahagathbandhan has announced a cash income toll, there will be a confusion or question mark amongst the minds of the voters, because the Congress party has already implemented this in Telangana and Karnataka to certain extent as well. So they have a delivery also with them. Now the youth is also fairly important, because amongst the youth now, unemployment is a big issue, and wherever Tejasvi is leading in surveys is largely amongst the youth. So that's why we've also seen this youth commission, because now the NDA realizes that there is unemployment is going to be a very big issue. And in the past 20 years, not sizable investments in terms of industries, etc., have come to Bihar. Correct. Now, just one data point will highlight how Bihar remains the same despite changing a lot. Correct. The per capita income of Bihar when Rabdi ji left power in 2004-5 was one third of national average. Even today, it is one third of national average. Correct. So the state is in a stress, and the opposition needs to exploit that stress if they need to come back to power. And again, emotional issues always play a role. Women are seen to vote on emotional issues, and they are an emotional voter rather than ruled by caste considerations. So we will have to see whether this 35% of a new scheme, which is an old scheme converted into a new scheme, holds
Right.
promise, or
But
something else
Sanjay ji,
takes form.
it's not just one scheme. It's a cumulative of schemes, efforts which go into make a formidable challenge. And this is just one of the very many schemes. I'm sure there are going to be direct cash transfers that would be coming in sooner than later. Multiple other schemes announced by other political parties, adding to what Amitab Dwari said. But would you reckon Bihar is the same playground that it was in 2020, or do you think things have changed this time?
You are saying comparing Bihar from 2020 till 2025?
Yes, 2025, in terms of the woman vote.
I don't think much has changed between 2020 and 25. But yes, I think if you wanted me to compare from 2005 till 2025, then yes, there is certainly some changes. But I think 2020, from 2020 to 25, last 5 years, there is hardly any change.
So you'd see the same amount of affinity that Nitish Kumar will enjoy when it comes down to the women vote bank.
No, because it was a very vague term, change. Oh, if we look at the legitimacy of Chief Minister, his popularity, it has certainly come down. Yes, law and order situation, there is a lot of discussion about law and order situation, but that is precisely because some incidents has taken place during last couple of months. Suppose those incidents had not taken place, then law and order would have also looked the more or less the same as it was in 2020. If you talk about Bijli, Pani, Sadak, etc., I don't think that there is much change. I keep going to Bihar at least twice or thrice in a year, and I see the roads are more or less the same. So very little, I would say, yes, there have been development between 2005 and 2015 or 2000, but 2025, last 5 years, I don't see any big change. No big change which the government can say this is one big achievement of the government during last 5 years.
All right, I want to give 30 seconds to all our panelists to conclude. Parimal Kumar, 30 seconds on why this could possibly be a game changer, which what you started off with.
Actually, Nitish Kumar is doing welfare program. Government is implementing welfare program for every section of the society, irrespective of caste, irrespective of religion, with our prime particularly the principle zero tolerance against crime, corruption, and communism. As far as the question of crime is concerned, I should make it clear that actually you see there are two types of crime. One type of crime is associated is under IPC, which is known as Bharatiya Dand Sanhita right now, and the second is state legislative law. So actually, Nitish Kumar is not only known for particularly welfare scheme and Sushasana, he is also known for several social reform like Sharab Bandi type of particularly law the government has. Suppose I'm giving the example. If you will go to other states, to take drink is allowed.
30
but
seconds,
in
done.
In Bihar, you see there is complete ban on particularly intoxicants.
All right, I want to bring in Professor Anwar Pasha. Why do you think this is what you call a jumla, or what your leader called a lollipop?
Yeah, it's lollipop, it's a jumla, and they are desperate because of the popularity of our leader. All surveys have shown that our leader is the most popular leader in Bihar. Youth are behind us. And even for the women, we have announced so many schemes. So that has also gone well. So people trust Tejasvi Yadav ji, and certainly in 2020 also, we emerged as one of the largest political party. We are winning the election, but in the end, something happened. I think the government, the central government and the state governments, they used their pressure.
Well, data would tell otherwise. One of the things that happened was that the women vote didn't come in together for you and went to the other party. But I want to bring in Amitab Dwari. Amitab Dwari, to sum it up, how do you think this particular old scheme, new scheme, other schemes will impact when it comes down to the women vote?
So see, essentially, the women vote has shied away from Mahagathbandhan, and that is one of the structural challenges it faces, is largely because of Jungle Raj, or the alleged Jungle Raj stigma. Now, the recent law and order deterioration and the aggressive posturing which Mahagathbandhan has taken with regards to the law and order, that the law and order under Nitish, if not deteriorated, is perhaps the same, is trying to shrug off that image. Unless it is able to do that, it will not be able to attract a significant number of women voters. So that's a golden opportunity which they have. If they are able to do it, and along with the 2,500 rupee scheme, the propagation of that, then we could see the election becoming
right.
better, because even last time the difference was just 12,000 votes.
Sanjay Kumar, you want to weigh in on that?
Preeti, I think let's forget about the new scheme, old scheme, new scheme or old scheme. But I think the 2025 assembly election is heading for an interesting finish. It is going to be a close election, both parties and a new entrant. All parties are putting in a lot of effort. So I think we are heading for interesting elections to witness.
Well, you know, and we are there to cover it, but I appreciate all 4 gentlemen for joining us. We're going to let it be at that. But I want to quickly dip into news break that is just about coming in. All right, the latest news break is pitching a government versus Twitter battle once again. The government of India versus social media platform X, once again an eyeball to eyeball confrontation practically. X says government had ordered blocking of Reuters and over 2,000 handles and expressed concerns over press freedom and freedom of expression in India. The government statement on X censorship claim says the government has not issued any fresh blocking orders on 3rd July 2025 and has no intentions to block any prominent international news channel, including Reuters and Reuters World. The moment Reuters and Reuters World were blocked on X platform in India, immediately the government wrote to X to unblock them. The government continuously engaged and vigorously pursued with X from late night of 5th July 2025. X has unnecessarily exploited technicalities involved around the process and did not unblock the URLs. However, after a lot of follow-ups on hourly basis, X has finally unblocked Reuters and other URLs after 9 p.m. on 6th July 2025. They took more than 21 hours to unblock Reuters. Earlier on, I just want to take you back in the controversy, viewers. The social media platform X had said on July 3rd, 2025, the Indian government ordered X to block 2,355 accounts in India, including international news outlets like Reuters and Reuters World, under Section 69A of the new IT Act. Non-compliance risked criminal liability. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology had demanded immediate action within 1 hour without providing justification and required the accounts to remain blocked until further notice. After public outcry, the government of India requested X then to unblock Reuters and Reuters World. We are deeply concerned about the ongoing press censorship in India due to these blocking orders. This was the social media post that X made a short while back. All of this, viewers, would need to be read in context of the IT Act, and Aishwarya Paliwal is going to weigh in more on that. Aishwarya, would you give our viewers context?
Well, let me tell you one thing, Priti. We have seen how the government has time and again asked X, not just X, even YouTube and other social media platforms, to take down content that they believe is not correct. But with regards to Reuters, we have seen that no such content was posted, because of which it is what the government is saying is exactly something that had happened. They are saying that he did not give out any orders. In fact, there was a technicality, a technical glitch. And that is what we also saw on that day also. Immediately after it was flagged off to the government that the Reuters handle is being blocked in India, they had reached out late at night at about 12. They had reached out to X and told them that because of some technicality, Reuters is not available in India. Now, X has come out and said that they are now looking at all the legal options available. We'll have to see whether X drags the government of India and MITI, that's the ministry that looks at social media platforms, whether X will be dragging them to the court. But now we are seeing one statement.
First time
the
that the social media platform X and the government of India are butting heads on this. What is interesting is what seems to be at least a first, that X has elucidated that not just Reuters World, over 2,200 accounts were asked by the government government of India to be blocked, and only 2 hours time was given for the same, where action, legal action would be pursued otherwise. So it's a very strong statement coming in from the social media platform X. The government has, of course, given its response, but all of this, Aishwarya, will also need to be read in the context of the IT Act.
When we speak about the IT Act, it gives the government the leeway that the government has the right, if they come across some kind of content which they read and they think is not in the favor of our country, can lead to security breach, then that gives government the handle that they can actually write to social media platforms. We have seen the government looking at Rule 69. That is the most crucial rule in the IT Act. The government often invokes the 69 Act. The Rule 69, and with regards to that, a request is sent to social media platforms. So let me also tell you, Preeti, the number that X has given on a daily basis, there is something or the other that the government speaks to X about, because there are these kind of handles you have also seen coming out and putting out information which is not correct. Untrue information is something that the government flags off. That's what the government is saying in the statement also. Preeti.
Are we looking at this battle only intensifying now?
Oh, yes, definitely, because the government has been very, very swift, Preeti, in coming out and giving a response. Whether it will be X that will take the government to court, then what we will see the government extensively pointing towards is the Rule 69. That's something that the government will be speaking about. And it's not just in India. Across the world, we have seen how the government, they have these kind of rules which will give them the advantage of asking social media platforms to take down content that the government believes is not correct for the citizens.
So that's exactly what X also said, that the law is stringent and they're trying to explore legal options on how to pursue it. But X has come out with a strong statement suggesting that the government of India is trying to curb freedom of expression. Of course, India now turning out and giving a befitting response, suggesting very clearly that they had no idea that there were certain handles like Reuters and Reuters World that were blocked, and they asked X to unblock them. Kanwar Yatra is set to begin from the 11th July. Amidst the festive fervour, there is an undercurrent of tension. And the undercurrent running through the Kanwar Yatra route, from forcing dhaba owners to display their names and of those working in their establishment, to self-styled vigilante groups conducting rampant religious profiling. The ugly face of communal profiling visible, with "I am a Hindu, main Hindu hoon" posters plastered on shops, food carts and dhabas along the Yatra route from Bareilly to Kachla Badaयूं. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, after conducting an aerial survey from Ghaziabad to Bijnor, has issued strict instructions. Those defiling the Kanwar Yatra, including acts like spitting in food, will face the harshest punishment, according to him. The Samajwadi Party calling this hate-mongering. In Muzaffarnagar, non-vegetarian dhabas along the Kanwar Yatra route are being shut down, many calling this discrimination. The religious festival once again mired in a political, religious, communal and a constitutional storm. The Kanwar Yatra 2025 is not just a religious pilgrimage. It is fast becoming a test of state capacity, communal harmony and constitutional responsibility. Where does vigilance end and profiling begin? Bureau Report, India Today. I want to cut across right now to Amitab Dwari, spokesperson Samajwadi Party, Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra, spokesperson BJP. Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra, we're at a place where in Bareilly, about 35 kilometers, as per our reporters on ground, there are carts, dhabas that have been made to plaster posters which say, I'm a Hindu, main Hindu hoon. Would you think it's correct?
What is problem in that? We are Hindu.
You see nothing wrong in that?
Nothing wrong. If the same constitution gives permission to count the caste, then why not to paste the caste on the face of every shops? What is the problem in asking saying I am Hindu? हम लोग तो ये कहते हैं ना, हिंदू तन मन हिंदू जीवन, हिंदू ही है मेरा परिचय. हम तो इसका बता वाले हैं, तो इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या है? अगर हम हिंदू हैं तो इसको बोलने में क्या प्रॉब्लम?
For somebody who's a doctor, I'll ask you one question. Do you do remember during the Holocaust the Jews were made to wear a star? Was there anything wrong in that?
If there is something going against them, anybody, then it is wrong. Just expressing my name that I am Hindu.
You don't think this would lead to economic discrimination?
If the halal economy has not led yet any economic discrimination to any community, then I don't think there is any economic discrimination. Only during this period, when the certain religious group is taking their own position, Kanwar Yatra is going on, I don't see. It should be the responsibility of the fellow citizen in the name of Bhaichara that they should say that I am Muslim and I am Christian and I am Sikh. What is the problem in that? Let them choose which shop they want to go. What is the problem in that? I think it is Bhaichara. It's depending on which glass you are looking. If we are whole country is looking whole halal economy with the secular glass, why not to see this as a secular? And if the caste census, जाति जनगणना पूछना, जातियों का नंबर पूछना गलत नहीं है, तो जाति को लिख करके बताने में क्या दिक्कत है? मुझे नहीं लगता इसमें कुछ भी गलत है, legally, constitutionally.
You don't think there's anything constitutionally wrong when it comes down to economic discrimination, sir? Because this directly is leading to economic discrimination, which as per, and we have this conversation about the constitution, various amendments, various paragraphs, and we can go to 15A of the Indian constitution, which says no individual will be discriminated on economic grounds.
प्रीति बिल्कुल सही बात है, पर मुझे ये बताइए, अगर यही देश अभी तक आजादी के 75 साल तक हलाल इकोनॉमी को अपने सर पे बिठाए घूम रहा था, तब अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैलिडेशन रहा है उसका, तो इसको क्या प्रॉब्लम है? मुझे समस्या ये बताइए ना. ये जो डबल स्टैंडर्ड है ना, कि हम अगर हिंदू लिख रहा है देन इट बिकम्स कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इशू, अगर वो हलाल लिख करके चल रहा है, हलाल पूछ करके खा रहा है, हलाल चादर खरीद रहा है, हलाल दवाई खरीद रहा है.
So, Dr. Kushal Kant Mishra, as I bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, it's not a conversation between you and I, but I would reckon then, by the virtue of what you're saying, practically everyone in this country should roam around with a name tag which would say I'm a Hindu or I'm a Muslim or I'm a Christian, and it's all okay. So if Dr. Kushal Kant Mishra walks into a 5-star hotel, leave alone even a Haldiram during Navratra, and he's eating a Navratra thali, he'd want to be served by somebody who wears a name tag which says I'm a Hindu or I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. So if it's either of the other two, then you would not be served by them, correct?
प्रीति, अगर गोपाल अपना नाम अब्दुल बताता है, अगर सलमान कुरैशी अपना नाम बदल करके रहता है,
it's a question, sir. It's a question. I asked you a question. So by the virtue of that fact, everyone should roam around with a name tag which says, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Muslim. When Dr. Kushal Kant Mishra eats at a restaurant, he's very careful on the person who serves him, says, I'm a Muslim, so can I serve you? Or I'm a Hindu, therefore I can serve you.
Preeti,
correct?
It's not about Koshal Kant Mishra. It's about who is fasting.
Koshal Kant Mishra is saying this, so therefore I'm asking Koshal Kant Mishra, sir.
Preeti, I think Preeti Choudhry. If written Preeti Choudhry.
It doesn't matter, sir. You can call me anything.
No.
I'm okay with it.
Listen. It's not about me and you. It's about who is fasting, who is going for Kanwar
Let me
Yatra.
let me ask you a question again. So you're saying
Please.
during Navratra, those who there are a lot of people who fast, sir. There are a lot of
Yes,
people
sir.
in my family
Me
who fast
also.
for Navratra. You
I
also fast for Navratra.
yes,
Now
yes,
I'll ask you a
Navaratri,
question. A
Sawan,
lot of us step
everything,
out
yes.
to eat a Navratra thali. You're saying only during fasting, right? So
Yes.
a lot of people will go out and eat a thali in, say, a Haldiram. You, by the virtue of what you said, you are suggesting each person should ask, or there should be name tags.
No need to ask. In Haldiram, everybody has got their name tag.
They
In
don't,
McDonald's,
sir. How do you
everybody
know
has
who's
got.
cooked your
Yes, yes.
food? How do you know who's cooked your food? Do you know it?
So we can ask. If
And
I
no,
feel I can
Haldiram
ask.
people don't have name
Preeti,
tags.
if
And I don't know, it's not
feel,
about an X, Y, and
if
Z, but there are various other restaurants.
Preeti, if I am fasting and if I have some doubt, I may ask. What is problem in that?
There's no problem.
I don't see any problem. I don't see any problem. If I feel that I am served something which is not religious, then I have full right to ask. What is the problem in that?
So the fact is,
I
the
don't
problem
see.
is that, Dr. Kant Mishra, the
Yes,
problem
please.
is that you don't see a problem in that, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yes, because,
you know,
because
it's for me. It's for, all right. I want to bring in.
Because Preeti,
Yeah,
just
make your
10
point.
seconds.
Of course, make your point.
If the whole country is counting which caste you belong to, which religion you belong to, and everybody is writing, I am Jat, I am Yadav, I am Brahman, I am Thakur. If it is pasted on everything, then what is harm in
What is it
displaying
pasted on? I'm not understanding, sir. One second. You know, it's not a conversation between you and I because you're making a completely bizarre analogy, which we'll touch on upon. I would think the reason the caste census is being demanded and asked for is that various castes that have fallen off the economic ladder get equal representation. I would think that's what it is for. It's for inclusivity, not to discriminate. That's a conversation for another day. I want to bring in the sir. Allow me to bring in your counterpart. The debate is not between you and I. I'd like to bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari, spokesperson, Samajwadi Party. Ghanshyam Tiwari, like Dr. Koshul Kant said, what is the problem in this? There is absolutely no problem as per the incumbent government and Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra. And he says there's no problem. You know, if somebody wants to put their identity, wear it on their sleeves and offer it, why not?
Good evening, Priti, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. There are three important things, and all of them are bizarre. One is the photograph that you continue to show. If I ever write a book called Legendary Fools, this photograph will be on its cover. That a chief minister is taking an aerial route to look at the Kanwar Yatra. This is a chief minister whose government showered petals in Prayagraj when the stampede happened and they could not even tell how many people died. While the stampede happened, when dead bodies were still lying there, they showered petals. This is the chief minister who came to power saying, "Batenge katenge 80-20 ki sarkar." But let's come to the second bizarre part, which is the argument that you are having with Koshul Kant Mishra. If Koshul Kant Mishra extends that argument, the way BJP is trying to extend it, they are saying not only that you as an individual have to say your religion, your enterprise also has to have a religion. So if you are a Muslim running a dhaba, the religion of your enterprise is Muslim. If Haldiram is acquired by a private equity company based in Saudi Arabia, then Haldiram's enterprise becomes Muslim. Similarly, if that logic is to be extended, then RSS will also have a counter identity. It's Hindu. BJP is Hindu. The moment you say that BJP is Hindu, RSS is Hindu, the next level comes. What is its caste? Is RSS a Dalit Hindu? Is RSS a Pichda Hindu? Is RSS a Brahman Hindu? Is BJP a Brahman Hindu? This is what is going to play out. The model of BJP, this is the third bizarre part. The model of BJP is अमीरों के लिए, for their crony capitalists, धन धान्य का प्रसाद है और गरीबियों के लिए नफरत की पॉलिटिक्स है और हर बात पे जिहाद है. They will ensure that the poor will face the titles of jihad, the way they eat, the way they dress, the way they open their shops, who they go out, how do they live their lives, what's there in their tiffin box, who's in their kitchen. None of them will have the audacity to go out and ask a Taj hotel. By the way, Taj, is it Hindu or Muslim? By the logic of BJP and bizarre logic, we don't know. Final point is, and I repeat this on your debate, that there's a 53-year-old man who's gone missing. And I appeal to your viewers to help us find him. His name is Kiran Rijiju. He happens to be the Minority Affairs Minister of India. He should have a voice, but that voice is missing. He has started believing that his chair is for him to warm it so that eggs are formed. But the chair is a position of responsibility and courage. If he cannot show responsibility or courage, he should not wait for eggs to happen. He should just get out of the chair and let somebody else who has Kiran Rijiju, if you are listening, your team is listening, get out of your chair. Resign if you don't have a voice. This bizarre model of untouchability has been there in the Hindu religion, is being continuously championed by RSS in its year, and now they want to extend it to Muslims, they would extend it to Sikhs, they would extend it to Christians, and they will label your cloth as Hindu or Muslim, they will label your enterprise as Hindu or Muslim, and they will ensure that while the Amiron ke liye jo dhan dhane ka prasad hai, every poor man is busy with a jihad model that BJP has constructed around them.
Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra wants to reply, come in for a rebuttal. Go ahead, Dr. Mishra.
Preeti, I have never said that enterprises had any religion or any dharma. So, Mr. Ghansam Tiwari is taking me at the wrong way. Okay? It's person, because you are not going to ask for counting what is the name of any stall or shopkeepers. You are champion of caste-based census, and you are asking the individual's caste. Then why not everybody should? If I am asked by government, this is my caste, okay? Then why not to live with that caste? We are living with that caste.
Koshul Kant Mishra, जो आप census की बात कर रहे हो, you're talking about the census, वो तो होता ही है ना? Religion तो आता ही है, वो तो हमेशा से आ रहा है कि कितना percentage Muslim, कितना percentage Hindu.
फिर problem क्या है?
Census, how are you mixing the census? Then the entire 33 kilometers.
Preeti,
no,
very
I'm talking about the route of the Kanwar Yatra. How are you mixing a census which is being conducted, which anyway, the religious...
In the same way as you are mixing posting Hindu is communal. In the same way.
It's discriminatory, sir.
Why you are not coming to halal? Why till the time in 75 years, why nobody has questioned halal? Why the SP keep mum? Why Congress keep mum? Why Indi Gadbandhan keep mum? We don't have any answer now. Now, if the Hindu is saying, I am Hindu...
All right, Dr. Koshul Kumar Mishra, it's not an argument between you and I, but it's a huge... You're comparing apple to oranges. We can get into it, but okay. I'll go back to... Make your point, because the Samajwadi Party spokesperson also wants to come in for a rebuttal.
अभी PDA की चैंपियन समाजवादी पार्टी है. अभी धर्मांतरण हो रहा था उत्तर प्रदेश में, जिसमें 15 से 16 लाख रुपए आप ब्राह्मण अगर लड़की हैं, क्षत्रिय अगर लड़की हैं, सिख अगर लड़की हैं, उसके बाद 10 से 12 लाख रुपए अगर आप ओबीसी कैटेगरी को बिलोंग करती हैं, और 8 से 10 लाख एससी एसटी कैटेगरी को बिलोंग करती हैं. कनेक्शन ये है कि ये जो हिंदुओं को बांटने की कोशिश की गई है जातियों में, वर्ग में, ये सब चैंपियन तो यही पॉलिटिकल पार्टियां हैं ना. हम तो हमेशा से हिंदुओं की बात करते हैं.
Okay, so Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra, you are saying we should not have a caste census because your own government has announced it.
No.
Are you opposing the caste census?
No.
So you are saying the government has fallen to the demand of the opposition. They don't want to have it.
Those who are champions of caste-based census, why they are hiding now?
Isn't the government a champion? I want to ask you, Dr. Koshul Kant Mishra, isn't the government of India a champion of the caste-based census?
Now it is decision of government.
They have asked that they want a caste census.
The public
are the champions of it? Should the credit of a caste census go to the... Let me ask you a question.
That's what I'm saying now, Preeti.
Dr. Mishra,
what is the problem in that?
Question. Should the credit of the caste census go to the government or should it go to the opposition?
Whosoever is center government, because census is the right of Home Ministry of Central Government of India.
So who has announced it? You're saying the credit should go to the center. Then why are you criticizing it?
I'm not criticizing. I'm saying everybody should pay.
Okay, I want to go back to... Okay. You're derailing the conversation, sir. I want to go back to the Samajwadi Party leader, Ghanshyam Tiwari. Ghanshyam Tiwari, you do not speak of what the spokesperson said where the halal industry is concerned, yet you will raise questions on those who want to buy only from a particular community, especially during the time of Kawad.
Priti, you have absolutely no chance to engage in a rational debate in a platform of absurd and bizarre. What BJP is doing, the model is absolutely clear. To disrupt the lives of the poor so that, in Bihar, ensure that they keep thinking whether they will be able to vote for or not because of documents. In their home native place, let them keep thinking whether they could eat at a dhaba or not, whether they can work at a certain place or not. And this whole halal business, where BJP itself had ministers and MPs and candidates who were part of this business at a global scale. That aside, halal is a thing. You are equating a thing with people. Now you want people to carry their religion on their sleeve. They want people to carry their caste on their sleeve. You want people to tag their enterprise with the religion and caste they come from. This will ensure that at least the poor will always live in anarchy and fear, and the rich that BJP serves, who pay BJP 13,000 crores of chanda in last 10 years, who pay through electoral bonds in different ways. The Prime Minister today does not represent the poor. He travels on a 8 crore car, 8,000 crore plane, has all kinds of dresses, not because he represents the poor. So this model is a way to keep India poor, keep the poor dependent on the free anaj that BJP offers.
Okay.
And the
last
pot
30 seconds, sir. 30 seconds, Koshul. Dr. Mishra, go ahead, make your point.
Preeti, Article 25-26, right of religious freedom. PUCL versus Government of India, as food choice is fundamental right. FSSAI Act 2006, Right to Information Act, everything gives us a constitutional right to know what we are eating, where we are eating, what we want to eat, and this all is constitutional right. So, and till the time, nobody has spoken anything about halal economy, and it's not about halal food, it's about halal product. My question is unanswered yet after 75 years of independence of country.
Okay, 30 seconds. The Samajwadi Party spokesperson, Ghanshyam Tiwari. Make your point, sir.
In any normal constitutional democracy, as we have been used to in India, a man like Chief Minister Adityanath would resign on this issue. A man like Kiran Rijiju would not go missing, will not be blamed for warming his chair, but either find his voice or resign. And the Prime Minister will be back in India, answer these questions in Parliament. But this is a government of bizarre, as I said.
Okay.
So we expect nothing from this government. Expect more disharmony from the government.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna just let our viewers decide on which side of, sadly, this communal divide that they stand on. Thank you for joining us.